Once again, I am outside in the studio. The sun, as you can see, if you saw the other video, is in about the same position. I am here in this yard looking at trees that have grown a lot since I was a child going to school. Yeah, I went to school. I went to school in this town. And this was, a nice town to grow up in. I had plenty of friends, at least two. There weren't that many in town. But I made the best of it. Today is Wednesday, and I may go fishing and I may not. But the fact of the matter is that there can be accidents. What is an accident? God does not plan accidents. He doesn't have to plan an accident. If God wants something to happen, God can bring it to pass. And in the beginning, God, or words, like I've said before, that you can find written in a book. One day, there will be a judgment for all. And there has been a liar that has lied before a man ever breathed or walked on the earth. There was a liar before there was a man. And there was a God before there was a liar. And God has not lied to this day. And God has said things. And He's still saying things today. I have still wondered how people can just roll over for the devil. And what I mean by roll over for the devil is they just decide that I don't even think they decide. I think they lose the ability to decide. And if you have lost your ability to decide, then you are in trouble. If something is driving you and you are out of control, then you do not have self-control. There's nothing wrong with self-control. Matter of fact, you should have it. You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. Unless I am forced to do otherwise. And that doesn't happen often nowadays. No one is forcing anyone to sin. And I know you didn't like the idea of, sin being mentioned, because nobody wants to hear about sin anymore. They'll listen to anything, out here under the sun, But you mention the word sin, and watch the panic begin. I mean, I am out here with these glasses on and this t-shirt. I mean, it's nice in this yard today. I'm not having a problem. But somebody somewhere is having as much of a problem as, they're having problems like they've never had before. And I may have one like that before the day is over. But right now, I'm really not having a problem. No, I'm not having a problem. God is going to have a kingdom that will not be destroyed. He's already determined it. He is going to have it. And you can call it what you want to. I will call it the eternal kingdom. The eternal God and his eternal kingdom. God can have as many kingdoms as he wants to have. And he can do with the king what he wants to do. He's proved that. And you can find out about that if you would just read the history book and find out about the kings. The kings that have lived on the earth were all men. There has never been a woman king. There will never be a woman king. It's just not going to happen, folks. You may have a woman for president. You may have a woman for this or that or the other. But God will never have a woman king. There will be a kingdom that comes, and it comes absolutely by the will of God. Somebody wants to know, well, what is the will of God? The will of God is God's will. I mean, how much plainer can it be? Do you want to do God's will? Then why don't you ask him what he wants you to do? There is nobody that cannot talk to God. There may be some that refuse to, that don't want to, and there will be those that wish they hadn't. But there are none that cannot talk to God. I have heard so many different things in 67 years. And I've heard of a lot of things in the last 30 years. And I will hear some more things, before the end of the week. But I'm just going to put one thing in here that I have heard. I just got to put it in here. The devil, has come up with a lot of things. And this is one of the things that I, believe that the devil has come up with. Jesus lived and he died so that God could kill you, so that Jesus could live again. And, it would come down to it that, he surely has put it out there. God wants you dead so that Jesus can live. In other words, what the devil is trying to, maybe get people to do is just, make a confession. Hey, I'm dead. God, you're alive. I only do what you want done. And I believe there's some people today that have that attitude. They absolutely think that everything they do is what God wants done. And that's just not the truth, folks. It's just not the truth. There will be a judgment, and people will give an account for everything that they did and everything that they said, including yours truly that's sitting out here looking at this video being made. I hope that it doesn't rain today. It won't rain here, according to the weatherman. And that is about 11 minutes worth of, whatever you want to call it. I am having a good day today. Thank you. If you watched it, you saw it. If you heard it, you heard it. That's real difficult, isn't it? It's not that difficult. Surely, it's not that difficult.